Hello, and welcome to the beginning of the series on Neotech. My name is Paul Joda. I am one of the developers of this mod, and I'm going to go through the mod and show you all the aspects of it, try to give you as much detailed information as I can so that you have a place and a resource to get this information, because I know our documentation is not great, because it's not very fun, honestly, and I spend more time on modding than I do on the documentation. I know that's bad, but here we are showing you what Neotech can do and what you need to know about it so that you can get up and running and do some of the fun stuff that we have to offer. Now, in this video, I'm just going to go over what the mod is, how you can help, some of our social media links, stuff like that, just so you can get an idea. This series is going to be a playlist on my channel where I go through each thing individually. That way you don't have to have a very large video. You have to filter through to find the thing you're looking for. So ideally, things like the upgrade system, generators, machines, will all be separate videos that you can watch if you need to know how that works. A lot of the mod is self-explanatory and has in-game documentation, but for people who don't understand things like the upgrade system, which is very complex, I understand, and there's not very good documentation on it, they can watch a little short video, get an idea about what's going on, and get in there and try it out. So for that reason, I'm not going to do one big spotlight of this mod. Instead, I'm going to break it up into sections. That way, even if things change in the future, I don't have to re-record an entire thing. I can just replace that video. So ideally, this will be an updated look at Neotech, and I will keep it going as we develop the mod. So the things that you see in front of you may not be the final aspects of the mod. It may change, but when I address those in later videos, it will be the updated thing as soon as we update it. So hopefully this will give you an easy way to get documentation on the mod, because our online documentation is not that great. Sorry about that. Anyway, as you can see, the mod has a lot of blocks, and there's more than just blocks. There's pipes, I didn't even put those in the world, some decorative stuff, some tools. At the moment, these aren't final, so if you're watching this in the future and you see a tools section, you're probably going to see a lot more than this, and the icons probably won't be as bland. Hopefully. We'll see. And we add a lot of metals, and again, I'll get onto the metal system later on down the series. For the moment, let's just go over what Neotech is, where it came from, just a bit of the history of it. If you're interested in that, stick around. You can learn how to help us out. If not, go ahead and skip on to the rest of the series. This isn't necessarily information relative to playing the mod, but more of the mod itself and how we are representing it and stuff like that. Alright, so as you can see, the mod has a lot of machines. Almost a year ago now, when Forge came out for 1.8, it all started with an idea to have some electric furnace and crusher. Just something to bring what tech mods brought to 1.7 into 1.8, because there wasn't really any thought to move into 1.8. Everyone was so against it with the new model system and everything. But from that time, we jumped right in, and we sort of helped people to learn how to use 1.8. I've talked with a lot of people over this year, and we've been doing our best to set the precedent of what a mod in 1.8 should be and how to do things the correct way. Things like the item handler. As soon as Forge changes, we will update to it. That is the whole idea of this mod, is we will stick with whatever's updated to the most recent. An interesting thing will come up with 1.9, as of the time of this recording. It is up and running. There are a lot of errors, but it is running with Forge. So as soon as we have a beta release, we'll probably dabble around in that and maybe get a release out for 1.9. But while that is still in early development and not considered stable, we will try our best to do dual development on both versions, because it looks like most of the changes from 1.8 to 1.9 are not that complicated. It seems like the biggest change is going from 1.7 to 1.8, and then of course if you're going from 1.7 to 1.9, you still have to go through 1.8. But we have written everything with the intention of moving forward into 1.9, so anything that's deprecated using the Forge block model system, we are doing our best to make sure that the moment that's ready, we will be ready to jump in there. So look forward to that, and it might already be out if you're watching this in the near future, because 1.9 looks like it will be done very soon. Alright, so now that you know a little bit about where we came from, when we started back when 1.8 came out, been trying to keep up and bring all of the latest and greatest of tech mods into 1.8 and further into 1.9. Let's just go over a little bit about how you can help out. I know this image isn't really interesting to look at, but again, I'm just talking at the moment. I'm not really showing anything, so hopefully that's alright with you guys. If you are interested in helping out with development of the mod, we are open source. You can go to our GitHub. We have the source located there. It's written in Scala, so if you're not super familiar with that, sorry. You can write in Java and it'll work with us, but modifying existing code will be in Scala. I know some people are against that. Some people are really happy about that. For some of the things that we do, it's very important that we use this language because it makes our lives so much easier. So, for instance, the pipes are very heavily dependent on Scala. Some of the other things we could probably use in Java, but multiple inheritance has been just amazing. And I'm not going to go too deep into that because I'm sure a majority of you just don't care. Alright, so now that you know how to help, if you have any issues, that same location where we have our source, our GitHub, is also where you can post issues. We definitely prefer that you post issues there instead of the forums. It gives us a very easy way to track what we've done, and creating the change logs becomes very simple when we have that list of things that we've fixed between versions. Now, I suggest you read over all of the things that are there and go to the closed issues and do a quick search just to make sure you're not repeating an issue. I can't stress that enough. I would love for all of you to help us, and if you find any issues, please report them. But having the same issue reported over and over just gets us frustrated and kind of slows us down. So please, if you can, I understand if you just need to post it and go, that's fine. We'll deal with it. Don't feel like you should be scared to post. But please try to help us out and see if it's posted somewhere. And make sure it's an issue with our mod. Sometimes crash logs are reported that isn't even us, or something that's not even related to our mod. However, there are times when we've found bad mod interaction, which is important. At this point, I'm just going to have to say use your best judgment. If you feel like this is an issue with our mod, we are crashing your game, we're doing X or Y, please tell us. We need to know so that we can fix it. You can complain about how buggy our mod can be, but if you don't tell us about the bugs, we can't fix them, because honestly, we spend more time developing it than we do playing it. And a lot of times, no matter how well you think something out, you just won't run into these bugs unless you play with it. Alright, I got that little rant out of the way. Up-to-date information can obviously be found here. I'm going to do my best to keep this as up-to-date as possible. As we add things to the mod and as we change them, they will be amended to this playlist. So the things you see in front of you may not be final, and they might be completely changed when you get to that video. So don't expect what you see here to be the mod. Then again, I'm not really showing you anything, so don't worry about that. So if we change mechanics, change requirements like the thermal binder, we will go in and update that video and make sure you're aware of these changes. This is a bit of a big undertaking for me. There's a lot to go over and a lot of videos to record, make sure everything came out alright and upload. I'm going to do my best to make sure you guys get all this information because it is important to have with the mod. So if you stuck with me this long, you're okay with hearing me rant. So hopefully I can get this over quickly and we can start getting into the rest of the mod. To get super up-to-date information, follow me on Twitter. Donovan tweets every now and then. For the most part, I tweet a lot of the stuff that I do. I would say between the two of us, I do a little bit more work on it than he does. That's just because I have a little bit of a stronger interest in it than he does. I've always done modding for a very long time. If you followed me in the past, starting with modular systems and mob tools back in like 1.5. So I've always loved doing this. It's a hobby of mine. And hopefully I will be able to continue bringing you new stuff, fun stuff, good things, right? If you want to talk to us directly, we do have a IRC channel. It's just the tag Neotech. We're usually keep it open if we're around. I'm bad about leaving it open when I go to bed or I'm away, so if you try to talk to me, I might not answer. I live in central US, so usually around the day and a little bit into the night I'm around. So if I'm not answering, I'll be sure to read up on it. Donovan's a lot better about that, about logging out. So if he's on, he's probably actually there. So that's where you can reach us. Of course, we have a Minecraft forum post. That's where you can post discussions on the mod. We also have a Beyond Reality forum. This is relatively new as of the time of this recording. If you don't know what Team BR Modding stands for, it stands for Team Beyond Reality Modding, because we are a subsection of the Beyond Reality team that makes mod packs for the AT launcher. We work very closely with them. In fact, we are the same group as the Beyond Reality. A lot of the things that we do modding ends up in our packs, or we're the ones running the packs. We have some great people helping us out over there. Personally, myself, I'm not very heavily involved in the pack creation. I mainly focus on the modding and a little bit of the web development and the forum setup. So if you have issues with that, come to me. But for the packs, there's the forum there. It's beyondrealitygaming.com. If you go there, there's a forum. We have Neotech down at the bottom of the forum list. There we will try to keep our changelog up to date. Any discussion, anything important that we feel there. We'll also do our best to bring it to the Minecraft forum, because we don't want you to have to sign up in two places. We understand that, but being active in both groups, sometimes it's nice to have everything in one. So if you're interested in Beyond Reality, please go to that website. We put a lot of work into it, and you might find that you like our mod packs as well. You know, if you're here for the modding, you can get a look at both sides. We try to make a great community, and hopefully, if you're not already aware of them, you can give them a look and just see what you think. Aside from that, you know, that's about the gist of who we are, what the mod is, and what we aim to do. So without further ado, if you're playing this in the playlist, it's going to automatically send you into the next one, where we will probably be going over some of the early game stuff. I don't know yet because I haven't recorded it. Anyway, I hope I made myself clear, and I hope that the rest of the series is very informative for you guys. And if you have any questions, you can comment on YouTube. That's fine. I don't care. You can subscribe to me. I will try to be much better about posting on YouTube, because I have a little bit more free time, but I won't go into that. Aside from that, get ready for the rest of the videos, where I will be much more concise. I will not ramble. This was the point of this video, was to ramble a bit, and we'll go into a detailed look at the rest of the mod. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next videos. Goodbye.